Coach, you've obviously been on the other side of this. How does it feel to get the first quarterfinal victory in Lakeville North history and in this overtime fashion?
It feels awesome. I mean, it's great for the program, great for the kids. And you're right, I've been on the other side of it big time last year. So I know our kids were excited. I think it's funny, you look at people talk about the seedings and this, that, or the other. At the end of the day, you're down to 8 really good hockey teams in a setting that is conducive to kids playing tight, and you're going to see good hockey games. So to get through this one is great. It's a huge step for our program. So I'm elated. I know based on the locker room music right now, the kids are excited. So it's fantastic.
Coach, did you feel like you had the advantage when you went to overtime just based on the depth of your team?
Well, by the looks of number 21 kneeling down between every face-off, I thought we were going to have a slight advantage. And I will tell you this honestly, the TV timeouts are they can, a team with a line and a half or a few good players can hang around for sure. And those guys battled really hard, but understandably, they're very tired. And sometimes you run into a situation, especially for top players, when they're not 100% or they don't have gas in the tank, it's almost more frustrating for them because they can't get done what they can normally get done. So we definitely saw some tired guys across the way, and we actually made a comment when the refs came to us before the overtime and said there's no more TV timeouts. I told our guys, I said, you know what, let's play 8 hard minutes here, because I thought that our depth would be a factor, because it has been all year long.
Jack, after Roseau got that first one, how important was it to jump right back on and tie it up pretty quickly there?
Yeah, that's definitely something that we thought we needed to get back. I mean, we left our guy open, he buried one, so I definitely wanted to get that one back. So I knew that shift was a big shift, and we got one back, so it was pretty exciting.
Trying getting that big goal from a freshman, obviously he's a good player, he's on your varsity, but for him to score that in such a big situation, is that something that you expect out of him?
Well, I mean, it's an awesome experience for him, but I wouldn't have those kids in the situations they're in if we didn't believe in them. Ryan Paling, Henry, and the goaltender Jake. It's been a neat thing to watch them develop. I think they've been put in situations where they can kind of get their feet wet, and they've more than done that. They've jumped in with both feet, and they're a big part of our team. So at this point in the season, they're not freshmen anymore; they're teammates. So do I expect them to play well and do great things? I sure do, just like I do the rest of our guys. And I think that's what makes the group dangerous, is because we have some depth and we're getting contributions from a lot of different areas. And if we continue to do that, I think we can be a factor in this tournament.
Did you know it was a goal right away?
You know what, to be honest, based on the celebration, I did. And, I always look to the officials and the players. They usually know first. I saw the goalie's reaction, so head went down. He knew it had beat him. And, at that point, it was a pretty special moment for us.
Tristan, can you take us through that last goal, game-winning goal from your vantage point?
For mine? I was trying to win a drop, see what went from there pretty much. I mean, Max made a good play to Henry, and Henry made a better play to the net and went in.
Did you know it in right away?
No, I didn't know it went in. I mean, after I saw Ike said the goalie's reaction, and I don't even think Henry knew it went in. I kind of looked at Max and he's like, "Yep."
Jack, do you have any family rules on those rushes? Did you yell, or what? Do you have any family rules? You all got to touch it, or what's the deal?
Yeah, exactly. No, we Nick made a good play to Ryan, and Ryan saw it was open, so he made a good heads-up play, and we don't have many rules.
Have you had any other goals this year where all three of you can combine them as well?
Yeah, there's been some other times, yeah.
A bunch.
I guess.
Some other times.
I asked upstairs if anyone could ever think of any goal ever in the state tournament where it was all related, and no one could think of one. I don't know how many chances there were, but
yeah, it
might be a record goal.
Yeah, maybe.
Coach, after a couple more, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
After starting out 3-5 and 3-6, you guys have been on a tear. Can you identify some key things that have really led to this run that Lakeville North's been on?
Well, I've told a number of people, no coach, you never plan to go 19 games unbeaten. it's not something it's a goal of ours or anything like that. I mean, our goals were within our locker room to work hard and get better every day. We talk a lot about the process. I guess if I could identify a couple things, to be honest with you, we came out of camp nicked up. We lost 5 forwards in the program right away, a couple of shoulders, a bruised lung. And if I look back at the games, the games we lost, we didn't play poorly. I mean, we played good hockey. We just didn't have the line combinations that we wanted. It's not an excuse. We lost some games coming out of the gate, but like most coaches, you start the season with more questions than answers, and we were just like any other team. We were going to make mistakes early, and we were going to try and figure out how our line combinations were going to be, how freshmen were going to fit in. Once that settled in and we started to play some good hockey, I think the guys would tell you, we just kept playing. And before you know it, you haven't lost in 4 weeks and 5 weeks, and it becomes a pretty special thing. But the thing that's been fun about this group is they've been very mature about it. And I think our approach, I've got some great assistant coaches that played college hockey, big time college hockey, and have been around it. And we want it to be fun. We stress competing very hard every day. I always tell people if they had a chance to see our team practice, we probably wouldn't have started the season outside of the top 20. We work very, very hard on a daily basis, and I think if you're going to go on a run like that or have a season like we've had, you need to be a mature group to handle not getting too high or thinking too much of yourselves. And I've never worried about that with this group. We just kind of come and compete. Today was just that. It was a good hockey game. We're fortunate that we got the big goal to win it, but I think if anything you take away from it is, I think if you're going to win this thing, you're going to be in situations like that. Not that I wish that that's how this game went, but it went that way. So our kids have experienced some pressure already and responded very well to it. So hopefully that's advantageous to us moving forward.
Jack, you guys came in last year kind of as that scrappy underdog, and now you guys are one of the top teams in this bracket. Does it change the way you approach games this year, this tournament?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, last year we just it was a lot of the older guys, goals just to get here, and this year it's everyone in the locker room believes that we can win this state tournament, and that's why we're here, and I think we can do it, and we're one step closer, so everyone's a lot more, I want to say, a lot more confident, so, yeah.
Yep. Did you play better than that this year?
I can't recall right now. We put a lot into this one, that's for sure. We laid it on the line, blocked a lot of shots. We knew we had to be good in our D zone. I felt we were. We just needed that one bounce to go our way. We had plenty of scoring chances. Obviously they did too, but we knew that was going to be the case coming in. They're a good hockey team. But I was really proud of how our guys played in our D zone. I thought our goalie gave us a real good chance. Like I said, we were looking for that one break, and we had plenty of chances. We had real nice looks on the power play. We had, I don't know how that one stayed out. Our second line created a real good chance there midway through this third period. We knew we needed to survive the first 5 minutes of that game. We were real shaky with nerves to start it off, but then I think we had a real timely TV timeout. We sat everyone down and said, hey, we survived those first 5 minutes. Now let's just start playing some hockey. And at times I think we took it to them, but it's hockey. You don't always get the bounces that go your way, and obviously they made a nice play. And they made a real nice play on their first goal, and they made a play in overtime. I still haven't seen it, but I think it was a shot and rebound. I don't know.
Zach, I'm sure your legs and your lungs must have been tired, but did you get arm weary? You had a lot of shots, some rockets in this game.
Yeah, I know. We knew this was a good goalie. He was really big. We knew we kept having to get shots, and I think that's what we did. We just kept pressing, but unfortunately they didn't go in.
Zach, at what point does fatigue start to play a role here? Do you remember a point in the game as far as started to wear on you at all?
Well, throughout the season, we've really been working on our conditioning. I think we were pretty strong all the way through. After the first period, though, you get a little tired, but you get a little break, and especially with those TV timeouts, you know, that helps a lot too. So I think we're pretty well for that category.
Coach, I know you didn't go too deep into overtime, but does your strategy change at all when you don't have those TV timeouts and you go into overtime?
No, not really. We knew we needed to get our top line back out there. That's the line that's going to score for us. They're also solid in our D zone. You know, if we were able to get more time in their offensive zone, I think we would have got a little more jump in our step. And I think you saw that whenever we were down there. I think we were sniffing around that goal pretty good. We getting some real good looks. And we just had to weather the storm a few times in our D zone, and we were looking for that chance to get down to their zone and put pressure on them. And you saw they were starting to get a little shaky with the puck, and we just needed that break.
Andy, with Zach being up for Mr. Hockey, it's a name people down here recognize. Did he have the game that was kind of indicative of what he can do on the ice?
You know, he's a fantastic hockey player. I thought they did a real good job of keeping an eye on him. I think they always kind of, their high forward, when I noticed was when he was out there, their high forward always kind of leaned towards his side. So they were trying to do a real good job of just keeping him in check. And I also thought they always tried to get their top two defensemen out against him. You know, a couple times the defenseman stopped him, but I knew, you know, eventually Zach would set him up for that move, and sure enough, he did. He got a couple real nice looks. And, you know, that's just the type of hockey player he is. So strong. He's got a tremendous shot. You know, the couple times that goalie gloved it, and he made some tremendous saves. But I've seen those go right past that goalie too. So, you know, hey, it wasn't our day. I'm super proud of the effort our boys put in. You know, I think you guys saw it. They absolutely laid it on the line. They can't be any happier as a coach. Obviously, you could have been happier with the win, right? But what do you do? Yep.
A lot of times you see a player, you know, playing on offense and then really loafing coming back because they're tired. It was the opposite today, because it looked like you could tell he was exhausted, and the puck would come to him, and it was like someone just ignited a rocket, and he'd just take off. Where were you getting that? Was that just adrenaline or what? Because you looked like you were dead a couple times. You just went by 5 guys.
Yeah, I know there's probably a little bit of adrenaline there with the whole atmosphere and whatnot, but you know, like I said again, you know, we've been in great shape throughout the whole season. Coach has been doing a great job of making sure we were in shape and prepared for this. We knew it would be a tough battle. We knew we'd have to back check and forecheck and just play all over the ice, and I think that's what we did. We had a great effort out there.
Zach, you're one that always speaks to the efforts of your teammates. As a team, I know this is really tough right now, but during the game, as a team, how did you guys feel about your effort, and how did you guys communicate back and forth to how the game was evolving and the chances you were getting? How did you guys really rally together to stay in that game and to keep those chances coming?
Well, we knew we would have to come out right away strong, and I think that's what we did. You know, we had some good chances right away there, and I think that kind of just sparked us a little bit. We just kept pressing and getting shots. We kept our confidence up the whole game, and I think that was key. You know, we really came together and just kept pumping each other up, and it was a great game for us all.
Coach, what did Lakeville North do especially well against the Roseau?
Well, I just think they have a lot of poise with the puck. You know, I think we were hoping to frustrate them, and I don't think we did too much. I think you know, they kept their cool and they kept kind of coming after it. But we knew they liked to hit that trailer. We knew they liked to hit that Kai guy, and obviously that's how they scored their first goal. And that kind of reinforced us that, you know what, you have to make sure you're coming back hard. And I think that's what the question was earlier, that he knew he had to come back every time, and he did an excellent job of that all night long. You know, the one time we didn't come back hard enough, they hit that trailer. You know, but all night they were trying to look for him, and I thought we did an excellent job of picking up guys in the D zone, and that's what we were hoping to do, is frustrate them a little bit. But they're pretty good hockey players, and they kept their cool, and they just ended up making one more play than us.
I've heard you use the term hockey moxie before.
Yeah.
The Palings, the way they play with some of the one-touch passes, behind the back passes today, do you see maybe even some northern style in the way that those guys play?
I think northern guys shoot a little bit more. You see this guy to the right, he shoots a little more. But obviously they're very patient with the puck. They just keep looking for that open guy. They just keep looking for that break. And they were attacking the net too. But you know, they're very opportunistic for sure, and when they have this ability when they look like they're covered, they'll spin off and get and just make our guy put him on his heels a little bit, or even get the advantage, and then they're locking to the net. And you know, they got a couple nice chances off of that. I thought our goaltender did fantastic tonight. Yeah, they definitely have some hockey moxie for sure.
Zach, it was clear to see you guys just left everything out on the ice, and that puck goes in overtime. It goes through your mind.
I don't. It was just like all the weight just fell right on us. I mean, none of the guys on this team have ever been to the state tournament. I know the seniors anyway have been waiting for this our whole lives. You know, we had some success back in Peavies and Bantam, but this was the big tournament for us. But you know, we left everything out there, so we're happy about that. But it's just it's tough to take.